Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Progressive Discussions. I'm your host, James P. Madonna, and it is, we are getting close to the end, believe it or not, to the end of February 2024. We're getting there, almost to the end. Okay, and of course, when I go live stream, I get all these pop-up messages to do this and do that, and no, not when I'm live, not when I'm live stream. Actually, I don't take phone calls. I turn my phone volume off. When I'm live, and I'm focused on the live stream show. Anyway, I've been doing this since 2007, and I want to welcome all of my regulars as well as new viewers. I'm streaming to YouTube and Twitter, which is now called X by Elon Musk. I can't complain too much about that because since Elon Musk took over, there is a lot less censorship. The worst social media censorship by far has to be TikTok. They are a royal pain in the ass, nitpicky, corporate fascist censorship. It's horrible. Nothing comes close. Well, it doesn't come close, but in second place, there's Facebook. So, community standards are bullshit. They They look at what you do and call what you're doing a violation of community standards. But the hypocrites don't add the fact that they're doing much worse. Like with Facebook, Zuckerberg stealing people's personal information and selling it and bombarding you with spam and scams, allowing every sleazy fraud scam artist that slithered from under a rock to annoy you and bother you. Maybe this is why I'm getting so many scammers contacting me through my phone number on my phone. Maybe it's Zuckerberg because Facebook has my phone number. I wouldn't put it past that slimy, underhanded little sleazeball, eagle beak, control freak, geek, hook nose. Zuckerberg is a piece of shit. Okay, I wouldn't put it past what he's doing. That's the reason why I'm getting approached by so many scammers through my phone number, and Instagram, same thing. And he owns Instagram, you know. Okay, let me sink my teeth into the first topic, or let us sink our teeth into the first topic of the show. Let's see. Okay, I want to start the show by reading this monologue that I have scheduled. Okay, question. Is the $3,300 allowance card for seniors, is it for real? There's been a lot of advertisement lately on seniors receiving this allowance card for $3,300 from the U.S. government. Yes, unfortunately, the $3,300 spending card for seniors is a scam. There is no government program that gives seniors a free $3,300, or heaven forbid, the government should do something for people on a fixed income instead of giving rich people and corporations anything they want, right? Okay, it's a scam. The spending card is a scam. Scammers are using this offer to steal seniors' personal information and money. Okay, there you go. Well, now you know it. Horrible. Let's see. Let me play. Jeez. Got a whole bunch of Robert Reichs here. What I do is being that I love his video commentary so much that I play them. The latest ones, and I stop them periodically to make a comment. We just get some of them out of the way because there's a lot of them. He's a very busy man. Let's see. What do you mean it's not available right now? What do you mean it's not available right now? What's going on here? Huh. Well, let me move on to the next one. It's strange. It's not available right now. What is Facebook banning Robert Reich's material? Really? There's another one. Now this is really strange. Speaking of the scumbag Zuckerberg, Robert Reich's progressive, truthful, hard-hitting videos are not available for us to view. Well, let me check the rest of them. This is strange. This is really weird. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to have to post something on Robert Reich's. Now listen to this bullshit. Speaking of the lies of Zuckerberg's social media. This content isn't available right now. When this happens, it's usually because the owner only shared it with a small group of people. That's a lie. Changed who can see it, or it's been deleted. It's a lie. Robert Reich's message does not go out to a small group of people. Unbelievable. Well, let me go through all of them and see if they all have the same thing. Oh, this one's playing. Let's see. All right. I found one that works. There's no way of stopping the video, unfortunately, stopping it or. All right. Let me know when it comes up.
Protect us. I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes. Let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want.
In 2016, Trump asked Russia to hack his opponent's emails. And now in 2024, he's telling Russia to do whatever the hell they want in Europe. You see, Putin rules Trump, and Trump rules the Republican Party. Hence, Putin rules the Republican Party. It's a love affair made in hell. The world must stand against Putin, and Americans must stand against Trump by not letting him get anywhere near the Oval Office again.
Well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes. Let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want.
In 2016, Trump asked Russia to hack his opponent's emails. And now in 2024, he's telling Russia to do whatever the hell they want in Europe. You see, Putin rules Trump, and Trump rules the Republican Party. Hence, Putin rules the Republican Party. It's a love affair made in hell. The world must stand against Putin, and Americans must stand against Trump by not letting him get anywhere near the Oval Office again.
Well, that's to be expected. You're dealing with a fascist dictator and narcissistic sociopath that loves dictators. He has a love affair with all dictators. Let's see. All right, let me see if this one's available. Oh, this is a good one. Why right to work is wrong. You notice how Republicans name any program, any idea with bad intent for the mainstream population, they give it nice sounding names, titles. Right to work, right to life. Yeah, if you're in the womb, if you're born, you're a moocher, you're on your own. Okay. At least we found some that are not being blocked by scumbag Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg doesn't want you to hear, doesn't want the American people to hear the truth, because then he cannot hoodwink you and scam you and sucker you to part with your money. Ready? All right. Let's see what we got here. Find out about the so-called right to work, which is a bunch of bullshit.
In a number of states, a battle is being waged over so-called right-to-work laws, which should really be called right-to-work-is-wrong laws because they're so bad for workers. Right-to-work sounds harmless, but it's not. Consider these facts. The average worker in states with right-to-work laws makes 12.2% less annually than workers in states without right-to-work laws when all other factors are removed. People in right-to-work states are less likely to have health insurance and pay more out-of-pocket for insurance. Right-to-work states have higher poverty, higher infant mortality, less investment in education, and higher workplace fatalities.
Yeah, that's because in right-to-work states, the company has no restrictions, no regulations, no government rules to follow, and they can do what the hell they want. And what they want is to not pay you a living wage and not pay you benefits, because they are all controlled by obsessive greed, just like the Republican Party and multi-billionaires.
So why do right-to-work laws hurt workers in all these ways? Because these laws destroy unions. That's their purpose. Here's how. Under the National Labor Relations Act of 1935, when a majority of workers votes for a union in their workplace, they're entitled to have a union. And that union bargains with management for higher wages and better working conditions. The union has bargaining clout because all workers at that company are union members. That's what union means. Right to work takes away the rights of workers in a union to collect dues from everyone in the bargaining unit who benefits from the bargains. This eventually eliminates the resources the union needs to bargain for higher wages and put pressure on employers. When unions are able to get higher wages and better working conditions, this raises the bar for all workers. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce and the corporate-backed American Legislative Exchange Council are pushing these right-to-work laws because they claim they care about workers. But who are they trying to fool? The Chamber of Commerce and ALEC don't care about workers. They represent corporations. The truth is, their corporate sponsors don't want American workers to have the bargaining power they need to get higher wages and better hours and working conditions. The Chamber and ALEC say right-to-work states attract more businesses. The truth is, they attract businesses that seek lower wages, businesses that don't invest in their workers, don't do research and development, don't add value, and therefore are the most likely to go abroad for even cheaper labor at the slightest provocation. It's bad enough American wages have been stuck in the mud for 3 decades while corporate profits have soared and top executive pay has gone through the stratosphere, and that almost all the economic gains have been going to the top 1%. So-called right-to-work laws are part of this problem and are making all this even worse. The only way average Americans are going to get a fair share of the gains is if they have more bargaining power, as they did 50 years ago when 1/3 of all workers in the private sector were unionized. Now, fewer than 7% are. We have to increase, not reduce, the bargaining power of average people. So don't be fooled by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and the American Legislative Exchange Council. They want to lower your wages so big shareholders and top executives can rake in even more. Don't let them. Join the fight against so-called right-to-work laws and let them know right to work is wrong.
Damn right. Um, they want you. They want to give you less and less. They want to lower your wages less and less. But then the the corporate wealthy CEOs or the Republican politicians that are in bed with them, they'll say, "Yeah, no social programs for you. Get a job, get a job, get a job. You're lazy. Get a job. You're a bum. Get a job." Yeah, what kind of job? A minimum wage job? What is it, 7.25 an hour? That doesn't even keep your nose above water. Even a husband and wife making that can't survive. So what they really want, I think, is to make is to shrink the middle class and have a mainstream population of destitute, impoverished, desperate people that would work for slave wages in a sweatshop environment, and then eventually, slowly bring back a form of legalized slavery. And of course, they love privatized prisons because that's legalized slavery. So that's the deal, folks. Yeah, we hit pretty hard here. Okay. I noticed that his videos come in different forms. Like the other one was nice. The other one I liked. It was like a widescreen, full widescreen, and it had the ability to stop it periodically. This one. This is called inequality media.
Look at all this candy. It might look like a lot of choices, but all the candy you see here is made by just 2 companies, Mars and Hershey. And since there's so little competition, they can easily get away with raising their prices. Did you know that the price of candy went up 14% in 2022 and another 13% in 2023? Some of that is due to higher costs, but these 2 candy barons, who make up about half of the chocolate market, also enjoyed increased profits with more competition in Candyland. If one candy got too expensive, you could just choose another. But with only 2 controlling so much of the market, when they both raise their prices, well, that's not so sweet, is it?
Well, not only that, let me see if he discussed what I was going to say right now. If not, I'll have to mention it anyway. Let's see what we got here. A year after Uvalde, and we refuse to act. Okay. What I was going to say is, you notice how packaging is shrinking gradually, so they think you won't notice. Like everything that used to be a pound. Well, not some items are still a pound, thank God, because I look for them. But the nationally advertised companies start reducing the packaging from 16 ounces, like 14 ounces, 13 ounces. And you all know how much ice cream packaging has shrunk. When I was a kid, ice cream came in half-gallon and 1-gallon containers. There were rectangular cardboard containers. Yep, that's right. They came in a half gallon or a gallon or a quart. None of this 14, 13 ounce bullshit, right? The two right-wing trolls haven't showed up yet, huh? Let's see. All right. Oops. Hold on. My mistake. I have to put the audio on. A year after Uvalde, and we refuse to act.
Guns are now the leading cause of death for children in America. In 2022 alone, more than 6,000 children were injured, and over 1,600 were killed by gun violence. Republicans claim they want to protect kids, but they're blocking gun reform and instead banning things that aren't dangerous at all, like books, African American studies, girls talking about their periods, saying gay, drag shows, trans kids playing sports, trans kids using bathrooms that match their gender identities, and banning just about anything that...
Well, first of all, trans kids playing sports against other females is cheating in sports because they are still a male that had a gender reassignment, if you want to use fancy words, and they still have the physical attributes of a male. So that I'm against. As far as what he's talking about, when I was a kid in school, our biggest problem was getting a good grade on our report card so we wouldn't get scolded by our parents. That was our biggest problem. Incredible, huh? Thank you, Republicans, for trying to destroy the American society as we knew it.
They consider woke. If Republicans really wanted to protect children, they'd ban assault rifles instead of wearing them on their lapels. They'd pass universal background checks, red flag laws, and ban permitless concealed carry. The majority of Americans support these steps, which would protect our children from being robbed of their futures. If Republicans continue to stand in the way, we must vote them out. It's as simple as that.
Okay. Let me check this one out. Let me see if this comes up normally, because if it does, okay, I think this might be. I don't understand this. Okay, let me see if I can bring this up. Let me see if I can bring it up. Let me see if the audio works on this particular one, because this is from X. We are live streaming on YouTube and X.
All right, a new book is pulling back the curtain on just how much former President Trump enriched himself and his family while he was in office, finding that nearly $1.7 billion in revenue flowed through him and his organizations during his 4 years as commander-in-chief. Joining us now, investigative reporter David K. Johnston and author of The Big Cheat, How Donald Trump Fleeced America and Enriched Himself and His Family. David, thank you so much for being with us. A really fascinating look here as you weave together all of these different data points to paint, I think, the most complete picture that we've seen of this. Tell us how much Donald Trump profited and how you were able to get to this number.
Well, Donald Trump had to disclose his finances as president. All top federal officials do. Now, several of them filed very incomplete and misleading forms. Donald, in fact, asked through his lawyers if he could file his financial disclosures without signing under penalty of perjury. And he was told, no, you have to sign under penalty of perjury. And of this more than $1.6 billion that flowed across the books of the Trump Organization and to Donald after expenses for those businesses, this is before expenses of those businesses, a lot of it came from the taxpayers. Donald did everything he could to make sure that the taxpayers were putting money into his businesses, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, it's fascinating. The Secret Service, as you mentioned, was charged a regular rate during the pandemic at hotels that were largely unoccupied. And, you know, you also talk about it just before the 2020 election and then on his way out the door with Stop the Steal fundraising, he rakes in $500 million. He spends less than $9 million on lawyers. The rest of that money he can use how?
Oh, he can spend it on himself. And I expect that once he is indicted in Manhattan and perhaps other jurisdictions, a lot of that money will go to criminal defense lawyers.
Really fascinating. You know, one of the examples that you highlight in his Stop the Steal profiteering that really stands out, I know that's why you focused on it, has to do with someone named Stacey Blatt of Kansas City. And this, as you mentioned, was ripped off by Trump's unchecked the box swindle. So you said, well, in hospice care, Blatt heard Rush Limbaugh tell his radio audience that the Trump 2020 campaign needed money urgently. Blatt gave $500, half of his monthly income, via WinRed, a commercial enterprise that Trump used to process gifts. Over the next month, Trump's campaign tapped Blatt's bank account 6 more times, taking the dying man's last $3,000. I mean, David, just put into perspective how unusual that fundraising practice is and if there's going to be any ramifications for it.
Do you believe that, folks? Now you see what kind of a lowlife Donald Trump is. Well, Rush Limbaugh is dead. So we're not going to talk about him. His career and life is self-explanatory, but you believe what a sociopath this Donald Trump is? He's like Bernard Madoff, the man who made off with people's life savings.
Right.
Well, essentially, they were stripping people of their assets as fast as they could because they were running out of money in the campaign. It ought to be treated as a criminal matter. I don't expect it to, just as I show in the book how Trump put our national security at risk with the efforts of his son-in-law to refinance 666 Fifth Avenue in New York. And we became in the bizarre position of the President of the United States attacking Qatar, where we have our most important military base in the Middle East, and aiding the Saudis, who did end up ultimately helping the Kushner family. The profiteering that went on here, particularly by Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump, is just extraordinary, and in any previous administration would have been dominant front page news day after day after day, and yet a lot of this was sort of lost in the background, Brianna.
Yeah, and you make it clear, look, this was not obviously to the benefit of the United States and its position in the world. It was to the benefit of the Trump family, for sure. David K. Johnston, fascinating read. Thank you so much.
Well, what that man, Mr. Blatt, probably didn't do was read the fine print where it said by checking the box, he is joining an automatic a donation or payment plan. Be very careful, folks, that when you buy something, you're not agreeing to an automatic subscription, automatic payments of any kind. and it's not going to be in huge jumbo font either. It's going to be small. So that's probably what happened. It's greedy. It's underhanded. You know, it's obnoxious, pushy salesmanship. Carnival tactics. Carnival barker tactics. Let's see. Let me see what this is all about. We'll give the guy a break. Joe Biden's, he did a lot, really. He's not perfect, but he did a lot. He did a lot. I wasn't originally supporting him. I was supporting Bernie Sanders, but, American people are fools. They were brainwashed to think that socialism was bad. Meanwhile, capitalism is the true proven devil's economics, not socialism. Socialism would be like the Scandinavian countries, Canada, where people are deliriously happy. Okay, not if you're a stingy rich bastard, because then you're paying your fair share in income taxes. But if you're part of the lower 98% of the population, you're freaking happy as can be. And they have the same government, from what I understand, with the new president of Brazil and Mexico. They have the same democratic socialism there now, and the people could not be happier. Okay. Let me just, before I go there. Good morning, Masumi. Good morning, Masumi. From the southeastern Japan, it is Wednesday. No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. It is Sunday morning in southeastern, in Japan, all of Japan. It is Sunday morning right now because they are 14 hours ahead of us. Normally, they should be 13 hours ahead of us, but because of the stupid daylight savings time in the United States, they're right now 14 hours ahead. Good morning to you, Masumi. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, now let me bring this up. Like I said, Joe Biden did do a lot of good. I mean, I thought he was going to be just the same old lesser of the two evils, but it turned out he was a lot lesser of the two evils. But he's still the lesser of the two evils. I mean, he made the mistake of at the beginning, supporting Netanyahu and Israel's fascist, murderous tactics. That was a big mistake. But, speaking of Saudi Arabia being involved with Kushners and so on and so forth, all of the 9/11 perpetrators were Saudis, including Osama bin Laden, who was being protected and hidden in Pakistan. So there you go. Tack that on with everything else you've learned about the monarchy in Saudi Arabia.
The Super Bowl Sunday. If you're anything like me, you like to be surrounded by a snack or two while watching the big game. You know, when buying snacks for the game, you might have noticed one thing. Sports drinks bottles are smaller. A bag of chips has fewer chips. But they're still charging it just as much. And as an ice cream lover, what makes me the most angry is that ice cream cartons have actually shrunk in size, but not in
What did I say before? What did I say before about ice cream? I'm an ice cream lover too. Yep.
price. I've had enough of what they call shrinkflation. It's a ripoff. Some companies are trying to pull a fast one by shrinking the products little by little and hoping you won't notice. Give me a break. The American public is tired of being played for suckers. I'm calling on companies to put a stop to this. Let's make sure businesses do the right thing now.
Good. Good. Very good. That was great. Now, this is Donald Trump's insanity, showing that he's going through a mental decline.
Stuffing them in his drawers, stashing them in crumpled boxes. And those boxes were heavily used. You know, when you look at those boxes, those suckers were in and out. A lot of people saw those documents. They didn't see the ones we had. We had them locked up.
Trump stored boxes with classified documents all over the place in Mar-a-Lago, frankly. The ballroom, his bedroom, even a bathroom and a shower.
And we had Secret Service all the time because I was president all the time. And leaving them strewn all over the garage for under his precious Corvette. You ever hear him talk about the Corvette? It's my Corvette. You can cut that garage door with a scissors. You can take up scissors and just go like this. We have to win in November, or we're not Pennsylvania. They'll change the name. They're going to change the name of Pennsylvania.
What on earth are you talking about?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Fuck is wrong with you?
He's batshit crazy.
How about all over the country, they're taking the name of George Washington off high schools and other things. That's one even I thought was safe. Abraham Lincoln and George Washington, their names are now in danger.
You gotta be shitting me. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
What's up, guys? Boston Brian here from the Midas Touch Network, and in Donald Trump's recent appearances, he's had both his usual moments of incredible stupidity, for example, the comment in which he tells everybody that the Democrats are trying to change the name of Pennsylvania, and also his moments of incredible recklessness. But in Conway, South Carolina over the weekend, I think Donald Trump finally crossed that line, and that's a line there is no coming back from. And am I crazy, or was Donald Trump at his speech in Pennsylvania doing his best Yogurt from Spaceballs impression? And if you don't know who Yogurt from Spaceballs is, it's
Me.
May the Schwartz be with you.
But before we get to the clip of what is, in my opinion, the most egregious, the most reckless, the most dangerous and despicable thing ever uttered by a presidential candidate of the United States of America, let's get into some of the other despicable things that Donald Trump was saying in his speech. Here, Donald Trump, aka Brigadier General Big Mac, actually has the audacity to go after Nikki Haley's husband for not having more of a presence on Nikki Haley's campaign trail, when in reality, Nikki Haley's husband is doing something that Donald Trump never had the guts to do: sacrifice his precious life and serve his country, because Nikki Haley's husband is in the National Guard.
And she comes over to see me at Mar-a-Lago. Sir, I will never run against you. She brought her husband. Where's her husband? Oh, he's away. He's away. What happened to her husband? What happened to her husband? Where is he? He's gone. He knew. He knew.
Here he is attacking Nikki Haley and resorting to scare tactics, telling his low information, low IQ base that Nikki Haley wants to kill people.
But she's now 100% the candidate of Wall Street and the war machine. She wants to go to war with everybody. She wants to kill people. Kill people.
And here's Admiral Asshole, once again using scare tactics and playing right into the fears of his base, this time using asylum seekers and migrants as the pawn, just saying the most horrendous and despicable things to do anything to invoke a reaction from his base.
Real thugs, dangerous people, people that kill young girls walking to school. They knife them. They use a knife, not a gun, because it's more painful. These are real bad people.
In this next clip, Major Mindless himself is obviously struggling to come up with the two names that he touts most as the two high-profile targets taken out during his presidency, Qasem Soleimani and Abu al-Baghdadi. Now, I've highlighted the moment where you can definitely tell where Donald Trump is struggling hard to remember these names and has to glance at the teleprompter to come up with the name of Baghdadi.
During my term, we defeated ISIS. We knocked out the biggest, the worst terrorists in the world. You know that. We took out the worst terrorists, the two of them. You know who they are. Took them out. Don't have to mention the names. Everyone knows who they are. Soleimani, you know that, right? Al-Baghdadi, you know, the founder of ISIS. We took him out.
Here, the delusional con man is doing his absolute best to try to convince himself that he still has 92% of the Republican Party vote, when we all know he won Iowa with just over 51% of the vote, and in New Hampshire with just over 54% of the vote. I'm not great at math, but that's not 92% of the vote.
Well, we have two people running. I love this. These people, they're so we have two people running, and they're both extremely unpopular. I'm not unpopular. I'm 92% in the Republican Party. I'm not unpopular.
So yes, as it were, compared to your 2016 campaign, you are incredibly unpopular with the Republicans, and even more unpopular with the rest of the country. It was at this point that Sergeant Shitty Pants decided to take his speech from ridiculous and deranged to reckless and dangerous with his obligatory compliments of Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin that he loves to throw in every speech that he gives nowadays. And I think we can read a little bit more into these compliments after Tucker Carlson's disastrous train wreck of an interview with Vladimir Putin, but also what you can hear Donald Trump say later in this video about defending NATO countries against a potential Russian invasion.
There's never been an embarrassment like that in the history of our country. We've never been so embarrassed. And that's why Putin, I believe, because I know Putin very well, very smart, very sharp. They hate when I say that, you know. They say, oh, you called him President Xi of China. I say, very smart man. They ask me, is he smart? I said, well, let's go a step above that. Let's say he's a brilliant guy. The press goes, he called President Xi brilliant. Well, here's a guy controls 1.4 billion people with an iron fist. Yeah, I'd say he's smart.
In this next clip, not only does Donald Trump give us his rambling, incoherent vision of what United States policy on foreign aid should be, but also proves to me that he has no idea anything about the people of Ukraine when he honestly suggests that the people of Ukraine would side with Russia and turn against the United States. Let me know if you can follow along to Trump's loan repayment plan.
He's out of his mind. He's out of his mind. Side with Russia after they've had a tremendously bloody war. Incredible.
Loan repayment plan on the planet that you don't have to repay the loan.
They want to give like almost $100 billion to a few countries, $100 billion. And I said, and I'm telling you this is breaking news. We have breaking news. I said, why do we do this? If you do, you give them not $100 billion. You give it to them as a loan. It's called a loan. Give them the money. And if they can pay it back, they pay it back. If they can't pay it back, they don't have to pay it back because, you know, they've got some problems. But if they go to another nation, they drop us like a dog, like a female drops a male after a date because he doesn't like her, right? If that happens to our country, then very simply, we call the loan and we say we want our money because we give money and then they go to another side. As an example, let's say we give all this money. We were already into Ukraine for over $200 billion. And they could make a deal with Russia in the next 3 weeks, and all of a sudden they don't want to deal with us anymore. We've given hundreds of billions of dollars.
And this, folks, has to be the most dangerous thing I've ever heard a former president or presidential candidate say in my entire life, and possibly the most dangerous thing a United States politician has ever said in the history of this country, where Donald Trump actually goes as far as to suggest he would encourage Russia to invade a NATO ally if the NATO ally is not fully paid up, which is absolutely not the way that NATO or the United States operates. Here, check out this clip and let me know what you think in the comments. And if for some reason there hasn't been, up until this point, a point of no return for independent voters when it comes to Donald Trump, and Lord only knows why that would be, this has to be the line in the sand that independents will not cross especially when it pertains to Russia.
I came in, I made a speech, and I said, you got to pay up. They asked me that question. One of the presidents of a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay. You got to pay your bills.
There's just absolutely no denying it anymore. Donald Trump is 100% a Russian puppet. Donald Trump is 100% against NATO. I mean, Donald Trump has his head so far up Vladimir Putin's ass that even Donald Trump's offspring instinctively are spewing Russian propaganda now. And just a quick rule of thumb for those of you who don't know, on an easy way for you to identify either somebody that has absolutely no idea what the hell they're talking about when it comes to Ukraine, or somebody that's just openly pro-Russia. It's when they call it the Ukraine, which is basically telling you that they recognize that as a province of Russia, or they've heard other people call it that, and the people that they're listening to are pro-Russian. At the end of this clip, Donald Trump Jr. is blatantly saying the quiet part out loud, telling you exactly how he and his father would end this war in 24 hours, and the only way they're going to do that is by cutting the funding off, going to Ukraine, and then suing for peace, giving Putin everything he wants, all the territory he could possibly get his hands on, and probably more. And that's just something that the United States, the NATO allies, and the rest of the world are just not ready to see happen. Here is roughly 1 minute of Don Jr. spewing enough Russian propaganda to make Putin blush and the Kremlin cringe.
Mitch McConnell and the Senate are making it clear that their top priority is making sure that billions and billions of dollars get delivered to Vladimir Zelensky and the Ukraine. Okay? McConnell and his Rhino allies and Democrats are right now pushing through a foreign aid package bill that will provide $15 billion more in Ukraine aid. It's not just that it's bad because it furthers an endless war, a war that they've articulated no clear goal, a war that will keep going, sending poor young guys over there on both sides to die for no purpose other than to enrich the military-industrial complex and a couple new Ukrainian oligarch billionaires. They're doing this to try to prevent my father from being able to easily make peace. We all understand that the second he gets to the table, he can end this. If you pull the money away, if you make stopping the endless flow of stupid money with no accountability, no checks and balances, nothing, an impeachable offense, they know they can keep their war going.
And unfortunately, this anti-American, anti-NATO, pro-Soviet Union, pro-Russian rhetoric is nothing new for the Trump family, as we've seen the reports and the news articles depicting Donald Trump's trip to the Soviet Union in the late 80s, where he intended to build a Trump Tower across from the Kremlin. And just as the anti-NATO, pro-Russian rhetoric for the Trump family isn't anything new, neither is the Putin ass-kissing. Here's Donald Trump in 2014 actually praising Vladimir Putin for his invasion of the Crimea, and actually with even more anti-American rhetoric, demeaning and degrading the American president at the time, Barack Obama.
All right, last name, Vladimir Putin.
Well, he's done an amazing job of taking the mantle, and he's taken it away from the president. And you look at what he's doing, and so smart. When you see the riots in a country because they're hurting the Russians, okay, we'll go and take it over. And he's really going step by step by step. And you have to give him a lot of credit. Interestingly, on the Miss Universe pageant, we just left Moscow. He could not have been nicer. He was so nice and so everything. But you have to give him credit that what he's doing for that country in terms of their world prestige is very strong.
Last thought, who's the better leader, President Obama or President Putin?
Well, it's not even a contest at this point. Now, Obama can maybe come back and maybe something happens, but so far he has played Obama like a fiddle.
This is nothing new for this despicable family. They have had no problem for many years praising murderous dictators all over the globe, and in particular this murderous dictator, Vladimir Putin, who has been known widely for killing his political opponents, who has been known widely for having people thrown out of windows, blown up in cars, poisoned. I mean, this is the guy that came to power and started a war in Chechnya by bombing his own civilian population. Bombings that killed several hundred people in his country. Bombings that were then used as false flags to justify the war in Chechnya. bombings that Vladimir Putin and the FSB obstructed investigations into to figure out the cause of. The man is an ex-KGB agent who knows how to manipulate the system, who knows how to manipulate people. And Donald Trump is just dumb enough to be that guy that wants to be manipulated, who thinks he is actually being used because they like him, because he has something to offer, when in reality, he's just the useful idiot they are using to get everything they want. Luckily, Doc Brandon had heard about Donald Trump's comments and wasn't going to let that shit slide. Here he is, calling Donald Trump out and reassuring our allies about the United States commitment to defend and uphold democracy wherever we need to do it.
For as long as I'm president, if Putin attacks a NATO ally, the United States will defend every inch of NATO territory. Let me close with this. You've heard me say this before. Our nation stands at an inflection point in history, where the decisions we make now are going to determine the course of our future for decades to come. This is one of those moments. And I say to the House members, House Republicans, you got to decide. Are you going to stand up for freedom? Or are you going to side with terror and tyranny? You're going to stand with Ukraine, you're going to stand with Putin, or we stand with America or with Trump.
So folks, I promise you I'm not blowing smoke. I promise you I am not being hyperbolic when I say this is by far the most important time for you guys to call this stuff out. For you to call it out on social media. For you to call it out at the dinner table. For you to call it out at work. For you to call this out wherever you see it. Because if we allow Donald Trump and the Republicans to weasel their way back into the White House, NATO is finished. And if NATO is finished, who knows what disruptions that will allow Russia to cause on the worldwide stage. And who knows how many countries and how many lives will then be put at risk of the maniacal dictator, the ruthless madman Vladimir Putin. How many of those countries will he take over? How many of those people will he then brutalize?
It's not only him. There's other dictators like Kim Jong-un of North Korea. And you have a real sicko in Myanmar. And you have China trying to, wants to invade Taiwan. And they're using bullying tactics against the Philippines because they want to control the South China Sea completely. The list goes on and on. You know?
How many of those people will then be subject to the Ruski Mir that is so utterly destructive? And who knows what disruptions that will have to the worldwide economy? And who knows what impacts that could have on your bottom line? So please, guys, if you like what you're seeing.
Okay. I agree. He's a smart guy. Well, let me check something out here. Let me see if I have time. All right, I could play this a little bit before I go to some robotics.
Breaking news when it comes to Donald Trump's legal challenges. Mr. Trump has just asked the U.S. Supreme Court to weigh in on the issue of presidential immunity, whether he is immune from facing charges for any alleged crimes he committed while he was president. Mr. Trump wants the justices to temporarily block a scathing decision handed down by the D.C. Circuit Court last week, one that flatly rejected his claims of immunity in the federal election subversion case, one that differentiated between President Trump and citizen Trump. Let's get straight to CNN Chief Legal Affairs Correspondent Paula Reed. Paula, tell us what's going on.
Well, as you just laid it out, Jake, he is asking the Supreme Court to pause that appeals court ruling that found that he did not have immunity that would block him from being prosecuted at the federal level by special counsel Jack Smith on charges related to election subversion. Now, if you talk to sources in and around the Trump legal team or legal experts, they all agree this is not one of his stronger arguments. They don't expect that ultimately he will prevail, be granted immunity, and be shielded from this prosecution. So the Trump strategy, as much as it is about defending their clients' rights, they're also just trying to delay this trial, the federal election subversion trial, until after the November 2024 election. And they're using every possible option available to them and trying to exercise each one, mostly to just delay, push this back as long as they can. So today, they're asking the Supreme Court to pause that lower court ruling. They also intend to file a full appeal to the Supreme Court. Now, they might also go back down to the appeals court and ask the full court to hear this decision. Last week, that scathing unanimous opinion you referenced, that was by 3 judges, but he technically has the option to ask a full panel of the D.C. Circuit Court to hear this as well. Again, there isn't an expectation that he would prevail, but it could be an option to delay this a little bit longer. So now all eyes are on the Supreme Court, not even so much for what they're going to do, but how long it takes them to do it, because every day, every week that passes, that gets closer and closer to the election and makes it harder for the special counsel Jack Smith to bring this case. Now, the Supreme Court also in a unique position right now. They are having to contemplate 2 big cases related to former President Trump, either one of which could have an enormous impact on the election. Of course, last week they heard oral arguments from Trump's lawyers and a lawyer for voters in Colorado about whether Trump should appear on the ballot. And now they're also looking at this question of presidential immunity. And it's not so much about immunity as it is about timing, how long it takes them to give them a final answer on exactly what they're going to do here, because that would then give Jack Smith and former President Trump clarity on whether or not this case can even go before November.
All right, Paula Reed, stick around. Let's turn now to the other federal case against the former president that is rearing its head today, related to his handling or mishandling of classified documents. CNN's Evan Perez is in Fort Pierce, Florida right now. And Evan, Mr. Trump and his lawyers were in federal court today arguing in Florida that they deserve more access to evidence. Tell us about that.
That's right, Jake. This was a hearing that was behind closed doors. It was in secret because it has to do with classified documents. This is, of course, at the center of this case that has been brought against the former president for allegedly mishandling classified documents.
Yeah, he's trying really hard to stay out of federal prison, that's for sure. He's definitely stalling. That's why it's taken so long to bring him to justice. So he's without a doubt guilty of many bad things. What is it, 92 felonies, not to mention treason for January 6th, not to mention treason connected to Vladimir Putin trying to interfere with the last election, and classified documents, and the list goes on and on.
At Mar-a-Lago. Now, what he was here with his lawyers, meeting with the judge for about 5 hours earlier today. Right now, we believe the special counsel and his team, the government's lawyers, are in there now having their turn talking to the judge. At issue, as you pointed out, is access to classified documents. In some cases, documents that the government says are so sensitive to national security that they're only producing summaries of some of those documents. And of course, Trump's team is arguing that he should be able to see all of it, including anything that has to do, that could help his defense. As you noted, Jake, this is also about the timing, because when we don't know when we're going to hear from this judge, but certainly in the next few weeks, there are going to be a number of key motions by both sides that'll determine whether this May schedule that the judge has set for a possible trial in the Mar-a-Lago case, whether that really stays on the calendar. The former president didn't speak to anybody when he came in. He did wave to a crowd of supporters. We saw the campaign handing out signs to some of those supporters outside the court, Jake.
All right, Evan, stick around. Paula, stick.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go to a lighter subject, which is tell you, I love this so much. Let's play it again. Oh yeah, robotics are definitely evolving. There's no doubt about that. Look, let's go to the last one. I think this is, let me see, this might be robotics also. I don't know. Okay, this should wrap it up. It's just, yeah, this is a Boston Dynamics also.
You prefer answers instead of problems, and you hate surprises, because in your line of work, surprises usually mean bad news. The last thing you want is a frantic late-night phone call about an unexpected line stoppage or equipment failure, because a good day at work is when nothing exciting happens, right? Introducing Orbit from Boston Dynamics. Orbit is your window into Spot's world. This powerful fleet management software means Spot's repeatable measurements of running temperatures and acoustic anomalies are a click away, so you can identify trends and schedule corrective action, avoiding unplanned surprises. Orbit also provides plant managers a command view of their operation right from the cloud. They can plan and schedule bespoke missions, as well as analyze and manage data from their entire fleet of robots. The real game changer here is the time-saving benefit. By eliminating the need for manual rounds, valuable hours are freed up. This translates to more wrench time to keep equipment running smoothly, which boosts overall productivity and efficiency. In turn, the collected data lets the leadership team make long-term decisions based on reliable, repeatable data. Orbit from Boston Dynamics helps predict changes to your plans with high confidence and fewer surprises. Your days will be pleasantly dull with predictably reliable data about the health of your equipment with Orbit from Boston Dynamics. Changing your idea of what robots can do.
Okay. That wraps it up. Anyway, I sent the link out to my co-hosts for this week's Progressive Discussions. The other two gentlemen are busy. They've made plans. Let's see. I got most of mine from Etsy. Excuse me. Okay, while I am waiting for Mr. Western Mike, I just want everyone to know I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitter right now, or well, I should call it X. X is the new name. YouTube and X, a capital X. And anyone out there have any topics that are important to them, or any questions that you would like to post in the commentary, I will be happy to reply to you to the best of my knowledge, and I will put your comment across the bottom of this video screen. It will look like this, like similar to Masumi's greeting. All right. It'll look like that. So, you know. Let's see if he let's see. Let me see if he got it. Um, hmm. Well, okay. I sent the link out to 2 people that want to come on the show. Well, one person that said he wants to come on because I was on his show, and the other person wants to come on, but I'm not sure when, but it would make for a very fascinating conversation. If the other individual came on, we would probably talk about mysticism and our interest in mysticism. And then I could promote my my Facebook page, which is called New Age Mysticism and Healing, and talk about how I got involved, why I'm so enthusiastic over it, the little bit of history in that, and she has the same enthusiasm and the same interest. Let's see. So, if anybody out there has any questions that you want to bring up, do it now before I have a panel or at least a co-host. Oh God. There is somebody I could bring on, but I'm really reluctant to bring this individual on. I really am. Well, let's see what. Let's see how it goes. Now, he told me he wants to be on, you know? I mean, he always talks about people that are not real, that are not honest. Well, he told me he wants to come on. He's always complaining about dishonest people. What's this? Well, I haven't. So anyway, what's going on in terms of global warming? We're not having our typical normal winter here in northeastern New Jersey. It's very mild. Every year, it gets milder and milder. We had a little bit of snow here and there, but we haven't had a real winter in years. And it definitely exists. Global warming definitely, I mean, climate change, I should say. Climate change definitely exists because I'd say over a decade ago, is the last time I actually experienced nor'easters, blizzards. Yeah. But since then, it just progressively gets warmer and warmer. Tomorrow I have a show called, let's see, Sunday Funday, Red Pill Man Cave. We talk about health, fitness, nutrition, sports talk, and things of that nature. And dating, relationships. It's a good show. I do it with my co-host, the Commodore Jeff Zambello. And it's usually a lot of fun when I do a show with him because we're both very funny people. I mean, you don't see it now, but when we're together, forget it. We just go off. I mean, we combine practical advice, practical tips and advice, and we get serious when it comes to providing education in fitness and nutrition, and even in life, relationships, dating, things of that nature. We do get serious when it comes to that, but then we have a funny side to our camaraderie, and it's pretty amusing, you know, to say the least. That's a shame, though, that about the advertisement that looks like it's coming from the U.S. government. It looks like it's coming from the Social Security Administration, that seniors can get this spending allowance card that where they could spend up to $3,300 on things that they need, and it's a scam. It's a scam to get senior citizens' personal information so they can steal money from them, possibly their life savings. You know what else turned out to be a problem, and I had a feeling it would be. Remember the advertisements that Tom Selleck was doing for something called the reverse mortgage? We don't see those anymore. I heard there was a problem with that. And, you know, he kept going on and on saying, this is not some trick to steal your money. Otherwise, I wouldn't be advertising it. Well, it turned out that there was a big problem with it. I don't know the details, but there was a problem. They stopped that advertisement immediately because I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Howdy doody. There's Western Mike. Howdy doody. No looking at the camera. It's narcissistic, not narration. How's this? I sent you the link. All right. Should I go like this? Selfies? I think it's for narcissists. I think people that go to the gym should have blinders on, and they should be there to work out. They should be there to work out and not worry about what other people are doing or where they're looking. I hate it. Let's put it this way. When I was a personal trainer, there were many things that annoyed me in a gym, in a crowded gym. Oh God, I hated it. I could write a book. Oh, Tom Selleck, yeah, he did the. I don't know if you ever saw that commercial. It reverse mortgages, and he kept going on and on about it's not some trick to steal your money, seniors. And then it really, the funny thing about the $3,300 spending allowance card from Social Security, I really thought, it looked like it was really coming from the government, but the way they told people to click on the button below, it was like a sales presentation. It just didn't seem like the way the U.S. government would inform the public. Not on social media. Not the way they did it. Well, yeah. It's to convey a point, right? Like when you did your live stream show, you were conveying points. You weren't saying, look at me. How do you people like my red and black plaid jacket here? Jacket shirt, whatever you call it. You like it? Is it nice? You like my black leather jacket? You like my new haircut? You weren't getting into that. You were sinking your teeth into societal topics. Then I came on and we had a nice little conversation. You know what they advertise a lot on Instagram? They're starting to advertise different forms of selfie sticks. That's all Americans need nowadays is more selfie sticks. I have a tripod for my phone. If I want to go live on location, I can do it with a tripod. I'm not going to go like this with some selfie stick, trying to hold the selfie stick stationary. I'll use the tripod that my sister gave me for Christmas 2 years ago. Anyway, I sent you. You may have to copy and paste it and go to your browser because there's a problem going from Instagram to Restream. I stopped doing it. I copied the link and I went to Google and I posted the link in Google. And that's how I appeared on your show without any issues. When I used to just click on the link on Instagram, Zuckerberg's crap, I had issues. I had glitches, if you want to call them, technical problems, technical difficulties. So you have to bring it to your browser. Let me see. You have to do that. you know, or I can just do this. It usually works. All right. Anyway, that's the link for knowledgeable progressives to join the show. Not right-wing trolls, but knowledgeable progressives. So there it is. So we have a lot more listeners, viewers. Anybody have any issues they want to bring up? Any subjects? Anything that's bothering them? Just anybody out there to just post it in the commentary section, and I will make it appear on the bottom of the screen like this and address your issue. Well, happiness starts within you. Happiness will never come from any external source. You have to make your own happiness, just like you have to give yourself. Self-confidence is only something that you can give to yourself. You have to create it. Happiness and self-confidence comes from within. So you could date all of the supermodels you want. If you have a low self-esteem, if you're insecure, if you're naturally an unhappy person, then you will remain such until you put your life together and be happy and content with yourself. Get acquainted with yourself. Find out what your passions are, what you're enthusiastic over as far as hobbies and interests, and create a life. And then good things will start happening to you. Now, is he a Republican, Suwazi, or a Democrat? When you say another seat law, well, they're tricky. If I click on them, if it appears on Zuckerberg's property, like Facebook or Instagram or Facebook Messenger, I definitely have glitches. I definitely have issues. If I click on it, if I click on something here on Restream, or I copy and paste it to my browser, whether your browser be Mozilla Firefox or Google Chrome or regular Google, no problem. No problem. Or if you're using Safari, well, let's put it this way. If you have an Apple product and you're forced to use Safari when it comes to streaming, it has gotten a lot better. It used to be where Safari would not be compatible with live streaming programs. Okay, now it's working a lot better. Mick Von Raven got a new iPhone. Day and night difference. Ronnie Simpson got a new iPhone. Again, big difference. So, looks like it's just me and you. So, come on board. We can talk about Republican hypocrisy, you know, going into detail about that. about morals, their fake, phony, fraud morals, and claims that they are Christians when they are really not. Okay, they're not in action. They're even not in words. They just make a claim to be a Christian, but they don't set an example. And also, we could talk about the very insecure attention whores known as Karens. Karens and Kens, right? Is that what they call the men? Let me check something here. Yeah. There's one person that I'm very reluctant to bring on because he'll take over the show. He'll talk. He'll shout, and he wouldn't stop talking. And if it's my show, I'm the host, right? I shouldn't have to deal with an individual that tries to be a dominatrix and dominates the show and doesn't allow me to speak. You know, a person who talks at you and not with you. So you folks know people like that? They could be a narcissist, or they could be a narcissistic sociopath. You never know. They're always right. They never apologize. You're always wrong. They might totally blow you off when you give your opinion on anything. They might even talk over you. All right. Unfortunately, I have known a few people like that. They're out there. They're not like
Hey, what's happening?
Mr. Western Mike.
What's happening?
You should have put your avatar that I made for you in there.
Oh, my bad. Thank you, though. What's up, pajamas? How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Just you're just mentioning some points.
Yeah.
Like Republican hypocrisy about morality and religion. That I think they do it to pander to get the evangelical vote, but they don't practice. They don't do it. They're not Christians or moral people in practice.
True that. And also, isn't it better if somebody is just honest about their stuff? I mean, me, honestly, might not. Will support it. Won't really empathize, though, only because it's true that, intimacy is for procreation. So, to me, it's just it kind of just doesn't really make sense that way. And also, to me, just it can that stuff can lead to bullying. That's why while the gay community gets my support, they don't get my empathy though. They don't get my. But I'm not going to tell them what to do.
Yeah, well, if you're in a relationship, unfortunately, there is a possibility that if the people are not compatible,
white people don't get my empathy.
If the people are not compatible, the couple,
yeah,
which is hard to find, it's a rarity. The possibility that that a person telling you what to do, bossing you around, nagging you, it can be construed as a form of bullying.
True.
Like
Oh,
like if somebody says you have to do that again, why do you always do that? Why do you? And you say, well, I like it. It's my hobby.
yeah, that's happened a couple times. It's just everybody, even straight guys, like to do the same thing over and over again. It's just the way it is. Don't shoot the messenger. It's just just because personally me like chicks, it doesn't mean won't have the same habits as other fellow human beings. Everybody gets repetitious. Everybody has their same stuff that they do all the time. And there are a lot of things that, sorry to interrupt, but there are a lot of things that fake feminists do a lot of the time. That's pretty much the same every single day.
Yeah. Well, they're hypocrites.
Swazi's a Democrat.
Yeah, they're Swazi. Oh, he won his election.
He won.
Yeah. Well, he was from one of the boroughs of New York City, right?
He won the South.
Oh, he's in the South?
He won Nassau County. Nassau County.
Oh, Nassau County.
He won Nassau County. Oh, okay.
Nassau, yeah. Nassau County is
Thanks.
I think it's in Long Island.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it's on
we'll do that.
Yeah.
Didn't know how to pronounce it.
Nassau. Well, Nassau, I changed pronunciations of things just to be funny.
Me too. We'll do that. We'll say Nevada on purpose. We'll say Colorado on purpose. So.
Well, like some of those states out west or down south, I do it. I pronounce it like they did in Hollywood. Like instead of Alabama, they used to say in the movies Alabama.
Oh yeah, kind of like Mrs. Titties.
Like North Carolina, they would say North Carolina. No.
Mississippi. Oh, nice. Well, what about Mississippi with Mrs. Titties?
Colorado.
I don't think there's anything wrong with somebody's orientation. I think that they're kind of selling themselves short in a way, but don't see really anything wrong with it.
Where's your camera? Yeah, I showed my face on your show.
Thanks, pajamas. I'm just not feeling it already.
Pajamas? You're not feeling it?
No, that's not what I'm. Okay, first of all, that would be on this really device here right now, so that's not even possible.
You mean you're
smart
in
aleck?
You're in your jammies, is what you're saying.
No, I'm calling you pajamas because your name's James, and James kind of goes into
pajamas.
No,
I don't wear pajamas because it makes me too hot.
Well, why do you make me explain everything?
What?
Why do you make me explain everything?
No, I'm just making a comment about how I feel about pajamas.
Oh no, I know, but just used to ever wore pajamas? Not really. Yeah, no, don't really wear pajamas. Don't really. What do you think about robes?
Make me hot. No, the only robe I liked was a terry cloth robe. It's
really.
You dry off a lot faster when you get out of the shower.
Oh yeah. Hey James, got the Verde enchiladas again, but Trader Joe's had to recall that sucker, so went to Safeway instead. And man, oh man, Safeway is more options, but more expensive than Trader Joe's.
Really? Do they have like restaurant quality food like Trader Joe's?
Kinda, not really. Not really sure why it's a lot pricier. What is kind of Trader Joe's is cheap, but also still got that gourmet kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've had their prepared food like
Enchiladas.
Italian food, enchiladas, and so on and so forth. They have it. It tastes just like it came from a restaurant.
Oh yeah, well, enchiladas. That's cool because then you don't have to go to the restaurant all the time, and it's just
No,
getting
you get a quality food. It's not like going to a regular supermarket and getting like a banquet frozen dinner,
yeah,
which is garbage. You know, like what was
yeah.
that common cheap ass frozen dinner by Banquet? Oh, Salisbury steak. Oh, it's terrible.
Ugh. Yeah, that was don't think had the maybe Stouffer's, you know,
Yeah, I
the
don't like
Stouffer's one.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like Marie
unremarkable,
Marie Calendar. If you get
unremarkable.
I used to love the chicken pot pies but guess what?
Not
Now
bad.
they got cheap filler. There's more potatoes and less meat.
What inflation, supply issues, some
That's
such.
what they'll tell you. That's what they'll tell you, you know. But you know, chicken. How expensive could chicken be? I mean, I buy chicken and it's
They're half-assing it.
it. I buy chicken that's like good chicken. It says no antibiotics or hormones.
Ever.
It tastes great. Yeah, ever. And it tastes the meat tastes good. And I don't spend a lot on chicken. So you know,
You eat a lot of meat. I don't eat a lot of meat. I mostly
yeah,
eat chickpeas.
yeah. I've been
Chickpeas.
well. I tried to get into the vegetarian lifestyle. I can't. I gotta have animal flesh. I gotta
I didn't
taste.
say that. I totally did not say that. Totally with you on that. I'm totally with you on that one. It's just, you know, just eat. You got have to have at least a burger once or twice a week.
Yeah, I don't eat it every day, you know, but I do change off. Like I'll have seafood one night,
Yeah,
chicken another night, hamburger another night.
yeah.
I used to have like a lot of Italian sausages, but I stopped because not because I'm anti-sausage. I happen to love all sausage, whether it be German bratwurst, Irish bangers, Italian sausage. The problem I have is
Yeah.
they're not the pork that they use. They're factory farm
Yeah.
pork, which includes hormones, antibiotics. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Trader Joe's does a really good job because you can still buy in bulk and have a meal for Saturday, Sunday evening, and you're still going to have plenty of cash left over before it gets toward even $100. So, Wish did that today because, you know, it would have been something like only $60, $70. And Safeway, it was like 100 and going up. And forgot something also. So,
Yeah, and you know what else Trader Joe's does without any question.
what's that?
If I need rolls of quarters for the laundry room,
Yep.
they don't give me any hassle immediately. It says, "Could I have like $10 to $20 in quarters?" So they'll hand them the $20 bill. They give me two rolls. No questions asked right away.
But why doesn't Trader Joe's have like a hot bar or something like that, like Safeway and other
They don't
groceries do?
notice that. Yeah.
What what the hell?
Other supermarkets have a salad bar and a hot bar.
What the hell?
Whole Foods has a hot. Not only do they have a salad bar and a hot bar, they got everything else. They got a cheese
Uh-huh.
they got a fresh pasta bar. They got,
Man.
you could go up to their bakery and you can get an entire crusty loaf of either sourdough bread, Italian bread. They got one fresh bread with black olives in it, olive bread.
The ladies are a lot more approachable and just a lot, you know, think all ladies are quite kind, but it's just ladies in the grocery store seem a lot just they seem a lot more at ease in a grocery store than at happy hour.
Oh yeah, when alcohol gets involved. Well, don't forget those same high value, high quality women. They're not barflies. They will not
Really?
hang out. They will not hang out in the bar till closing time or late at night
Maybe
or like
happy hour, but not. Yeah, no, not late at night. I haven't done late
yeah.
at night in a long time.
Yeah, no, happy hour. You're going to meet much better quality people at happy hour.
What's that about? Yeah, you're right. It's every time I've just gone to happy hour on Friday, have had a lot better conversation, and it's just yeah, and not dealing with any nonsense.
Because normal people don't hang out in bars late at night.
It's not a likable thing. Just don't understand the point. Like the bars, just don't like the crowds. So
There was an old disco
stigma.
song and it was like this. The freaks come out at night.
Oh yeah.
The freaks come out at night.
Songs say
The
a lot of
freaks,
truth in them, don't they?
yeah, the freaks come out at night. And it's true.
Well, is a girl kissing another girl, is that kind of a freaky thing to do? And if so, how come?
Yeah. Yes, and I think
Why is it freaky?
I think it's freakier if they say they're bisexual compared to if they say they're lesbian.
Why do you say that, pajamas?
Because because you know it's complicated because
Yeah.
if they say they're bisexual and they're dating a man and they claim they have a boyfriend but they also have a girlfriend at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just too complicated
Yeah.
for me to wrap my brain around. It's like, what do you do? What do you do? You're like, if the girlfriend is bisexual and you're with her on a Saturday night, then she's going to invite her girlfriends to be with you and her, and then you got to pay. You got what? Does that mean you get stuck paying for two women if you go out?
It sounds a little exploitative, and
Yes, it's very exploitative. It's very stressful. It's very confused.
yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, just the Bible says a lot about stuff like this, like just immorality and stuff, and I'm trying to agree with both sides about issues.
And Andrew Dice Clay used to say it's either hair pie or balls across the nose. He doesn't go for any of these bisexuality. Hair pie or balls across the nose.
Honestly, I don't think that's the issue. I just think it's the issue the way people say it. It's kind of like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm this, I'm that. It's just don't really like the way they say it, and then don't really like the way some of them act. It comes across not really like that. It just comes across as toxic and kind of manipulative. Kind of just like full of shit, and
yeah,
kind of narcissistic.
It is narcissism. Do you have a nice a smiling photograph of yourself? You can.
I do not.
You do not. Okay.
Not me. Maybe a photo, but not a smiling picture.
Well, even if you look pissed off, I mean, it's better than an M.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, at least you got the planet Mars over here, and you're simping for Earth. Come on, man.
Hey, wouldn't that be cool if they had the option of making it red or any color combination?
Oh yeah.
Like red and green, like Christmas colors, or.
Oh yeah, but don't you kind of like all the kind of movement, kind of oozing from the avatar?
Yeah,
it's
like
a little spazzy, but it's cool, right?
Like look at me, my avatar. Yeah, I got the audio going in and out, the halo. Woo 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 woo.
Well, now I just have a bunch of ... text.
Hello. See, I got the same deal.
just fucking around. No, yeah, you have the avatar, and that avatar's money. So that's what,
No, it don't cost me nothing.
no,
I
no, no.
got
I'm
the
saying it's the money. Your avatar is the money. So
oh, the money meaning it's cool.
it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Like I got this avatar.
Uh,
This smiling lunatic is this is the trademark. This is the trademark logo of Coney Island Amusement Park in Brooklyn, New York.
looks
This is
looks
yeah.
like a Jerry type, but
He looks like a crazy man, doesn't he?
yeah, you're gonna sit somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, please don't ever get that hairstyle he's got.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's a girl or a guy. You can
It's
tell if
one of
you're a
those-
girl or a guy. You're a guy, but that.
Those multi-genders. What do you call genderless?
Why doesn't Trader Joe's have as much as other grocery stores, man? What's the deal? I mean,
Now look
what's the deal?
look at when you're in Trader Joe's or Whole Foods, or maybe Safeway. I've never been in a Safeway, but you notice there's no like low lives like if you went to a Walmart and you were looking at.
Well, that depends on the store. You know, it's kind of like what Mom said one time. You know, what do you expect? You go to a certain place. What do you expect?
What do you expect?
Yeah.
Like if you go to a Walmart, you got the lowest common denominators of society buying food at Walmart.
Yeah, you don't really want to stand in a line with those kinds of personalities. It's just you're gonna beat your head up against the wall every time. Yeah, I like that.
You got obese women going up and down the aisle.
Oh, I cannot stand that personality. Sorry, just can't. It's just obese and kind of also kind of like neurotic and just everything. Oh man, always have
My mother used to deliberately pronounce it obese. You know, like a beast.
That's hilarious.
Obese.
Obese.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they are obese.
For sure, homie.
You know, and what puzzles my mind, you know, they got these shows on TV where the woman is 600 pounds and she can't get out of bed. Well, who's bringing her this garbage food?
Oh yeah, how does she do that? All that with her bed the size the way it is.
Somebody in her family is being an enabler.
Well, Queen Latifah over there. Sorry, not just kidding. Queen Latifah, she's probably cool, but it's just what's a joke about? Just double, quadruple, queen size bed, but somebody.
Oh, I have a queen size. I sleep on a memory foam mattress, queen size.
Somebody obese, somebody really obese. Maybe queen size would not.
No, queen size wouldn't be enough for a 600 pounder. I just like room. I like to twist and turn, and
they need to sleep in the living room.
Yeah, no, I like a roomy bed, you know, and the beauty is I don't have any frame or headboard. Mine is silent. My bed is.
Me too.
There's no squeaky, 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 bang, 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 bang.
Well, because I'm not getting laid right now, so it's don't really But the whole thing with that bed, I do that same thing too, James. How'd you figure out how to do that? I do that same.
You know what I have? You know how I made my memory foam silent?
I did the same thing.
I deliberately didn't take the frame with me when I moved here, and I only took the box spring. I have the box spring on the floor, and I put the memory foam on top of the box spring.
Yeah.
And then I went on Amazon and I ordered a 4-inch memory foam topper.
Really?
Top. It's to reinforce it. And that's all I have. I got box spring is on the floor. I got no frame with springs that goes squeaky, 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 squeaky.
Well, the whole thing, you don't need the friggin' bed frame. Just take it off, and you don't need the whole thing at the bottom of the bed. What do you do? You just have like the mattresses and the sheets, right? And the
Well,
pillows, and you set it up
I
against the
got,
wall, right?
I got it. The
Very minimalist.
memory, the mattress on the bed on the box spring,
Yeah,
and then I got the topper on the mattress,
very minimal.
and then I got the sheets. Like now it's winter, so I'm using flannel sheets
Ah,
uh, as opposed to linen.
how the hell
And
do you
then
sleep in New Jersey?
I got good. I got comfortable place because in this house I got the old fashioned steam radiators.
Uh-huh.
The ones
Oh
that go,
yeah.
psh, bing 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 bing. Psh.
Well, except for that part, just really miss radiators.
Yeah,
Radiators are cool.
radiators are cool. You know what? It's very efficient
Yep.
heating.
It's more efficient than the heating system, isn't it?
Oh, it's great. I had to shut
What the
some
hell?
of them off. I only have two. Literally, I have. Wait a minute. No, one, two, three. I only have three radiators in the apartment on. The rest I shut off.
Yeah.
I was too hot. I was suffocating. It's so good. It's like I still have to crack a window in
Yeah.
the apartment.
Radiators know when to go on. With the damn heating system, you have to be like reminded when to turn it on and turn it off. So either you're freezing your balls off in January trying to get to sleep and wake up early in the morning so you can catch the bus.
Once I shut, if I'm freezing, I'll shut the window. But you know what else you can do with a radiator? You can get like a steel bucket and a metallic bucket, fill it with water, put that on the radiator. Now you have moisture. You have moisture.
Radiators are they're a versatile piece of equipment, man. Would much rather have a radiator in here than the heating system. So,
You know what else is nice in the winter? Let's say
what's up?
you did laundry. Let's say you did laundry and your underwear and t-shirts are still a little damp. You throw them over the radiator and they're like toasty warm.
That's man reality right there is
Yeah, little male advice, little red pill advice. You know.
yeah, just well, I think also red pill advice is maybe make sure that your clothing does not smell like a beer belly that's become a burning forest. And
Oh God, yeah. I mean,
with
that was
cramps
so.
the size of bombs, but
That was pathetic though. Those shows with all drunkards, they're all yelling at the same time, talking at the same time.
not
But
really a fan. If you're gonna talk to me, you need to be not sober, but just anyone who talks to me, just feminism can be a sign of bullying. So just don't be a bully, and just don't even be grouchy. Otherwise, it's like don't even touch me.
well, you don't even know. You don't even know what's going
You don't
on
even know
with.
some people. So yeah, and it's like they're coming up to them. They're coming up to you like they know you.
Yeah, well, maybe they're in the store. They're stressed out about their job. They're stressed. Maybe they have a husband who's an asshole or a boyfriend who's an asshole. Or
Don't bring that into the marketplace, though, homie. A million other
yeah,
things can talk about.
kids.
Can't be bringing that into the marketplace.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't. A person shouldn't be bringing their personal issues into the workplace either.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, that's important to know.
And you shouldn't bring your workplace if your boss is a scumbag.
It's not that nobody cares. It's just that nobody wants to, piss somebody off. And now you have to deal with two opinions. Bad enough already have to multitask already all the time.
Well, the woman who gives dating advice now, she has some good ones every now and then. I still don't think a woman is going to tell men 100% accurate
Why
information.
would I listen to my opponent about advice?
Right. That's what I was getting at. This is your opponent. Does your opponent have your best interests all the time? If they are a coach to give you advice, but you are their opponent and they are your opponent.
Yeah,
Right.
she's just gonna keep on giving advice again and again.
Yeah,
It's just
uh,
my reason for
they,
not trusting female dating coaches, James, is because they're not male. They're not male, so
right. They will never
not
understand
natural.
the male mindset.
Maybe they'll maybe not understand and definitely not accept it.
And we can't understand their mindset.
Yeah.
You know, like women are supposedly turned on by what they hear and men are turned on by what they see. But when a woman sees a guy that's her type, women notice his looks.
Mm.
Women notice his body.
Mm.
You know, they go on and on with their girlfriends about how he looks. So it's like it's a double
That's
standard.
it.
You know, it's hypocrisy. I think the human race. I think hypocrisy is one of the hallmarks of humanity.
Well, it shows a lack of respect for one's body because it means that they'll get on their high horse, at others' expense, and then next thing you know, it's just they've been tricking everybody all the time, like George Santos or the Zieglers
Yeah.
down in Florida. That's
Well, yeah, they won't tell you the truth all the time. Like that, the coach lady says tells all of her followers, don't flirt with me and don't call me pet names. Save that for your special someone. But you know what? As a woman, from a woman's standpoint, the reality is she loves the attention. No one can tell me that that woman doesn't love the attention.
yeah, just well, listen, if it's not me to decide, as the guy, just you know, I don't know, man. It's just guys already don't have the guys that already don't have the role of selection.
And then when they don't get attention, they cry the blues to their girlfriends. Sir, something's wrong with me. Something's wrong with me. No, the guys are not hitting on me. Oh, the guys are not the, you know. But then if guys are hitting on them, they complain. And if guys are not hitting on them, they complain.
Oh, that doesn't make sense.
So now you know what I mean. That we will never understand their mindset.
I don't know what to do with that.
It's illogical. I don't know. There's nothing I can do with it.
Well, with
You
with women at this point, especially the whole feminist thing, not going to take that personally, but we'll say it's just kind of the boy who cried wolf at this point. It's kind of like the boy who cried wolf. You keep saying how you like people, then you don't like people, so it's kind of like it's a boy who cried wolf. You
Yeah.
hang out with people, but then getting into conflict, it's a boy who cried wolf.
That's fine. Well, what did you have for dinner tonight, Western Mike?
I'm about to have the enchiladas in a while. I have not had them yet, only because I've been snacking all day. Had a breadless burger earlier. Had a slice of pizza earlier.
Is this the Safeway enchiladas?
These are the Safeway enchiladas, and then have lobster mac and cheese for dinner from Safeway tomorrow.
Ooh, lobster mac and cheese.
Having a mac and cheese is already pretty good, but lobster mac and cheese. And this was cheaper than the chicken parmesan. Just chicken parmesan cost like $15.
That's a lot.
$15 for
Now the lobster mac and cheese, are they using like real cheese, like cheddar?
No, it looked very appetizing. Just Safeway doesn't have like a maritime theme like Trader Joe's does, so it's not quite as elegant, but it is still very nice.
Yeah. So it's not like processed American cheese or
It might be.
ooh,
Might be. But, you know, as long as it tastes good. So maybe in that case, Trader
yeah.
Joe's, how come Trader Joe's think it's because it's one brand? It's one brand, right? Chill. It's a one brand. That's why everything tastes, why it's cheaper, but it's still cheap.
Well, I get
Yeah.
I get the big family. What's that? What's all that noise?
Oh, I'm also watching TV.
Oh, I get the big bag, the family size shredded,
Yeah.
shredded Mexican cheese.
Well,
But they don't have it. They don't have the big bag at Trader Joe's. I get it at
yeah.
another market.
Trader Joe's had the enchiladas, but a couple things with Trader Joe's got recalled. Listeria outbreak.
Oh, right. I heard about that.
You heard about that.
The listeria, yeah.
What do you think?
Let me know how you get enchiladas.
What's that?
Let me know how you get enchiladas.
Okay, we'll do. And it's just verde enchiladas are especially good. What is it about verde enchiladas?
You know what that is? That's sauce made from tomatillo.
Tomatillo peppers are amazing.
No, it's not a pepper. It looks like a tomato.
Oh, thought tomatillos were hot peppers.
No, it's a round green vegetable.
Yeah. Well, it's good that this is kind of a quiet show tonight because that means that you're not having to deal with as many voices all at once. And, you know, even a small get together, a lot of voices at once can be drowning. So,
Yeah, it's
love everybody.
because then you got to struggle just to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just being with a lesser crowd. It can be hard because it can be tough because of I don't know about you. I can always get, you know, pretty insecure. Whenever I go out, I can get pretty insecure. You know what? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, no. Everybody likes you. That I know.
Thanks, man.
I mean, that's why I'm just you don't you can
Yeah.
what is that? It's not TV. It's like my voice is echoing back at me. I think. Let me try something. All right. Let me see if it's doing it now.
Not doing it.
It stopped. You see, because
Yeah. Also, your voice was carrying over to my avatar.
Oh yeah.
You were hijacking my avatar. You were undermining my avatar.
I was undermining your avatar, and I'm not talking about your guitar either. Your avatar.
Hey, son of a bitch.
That was good. That was good playing. The other night on Instagram. Very good.
Yeah, I don't want to play just play the F or C chord and then make it a song, even though that can be good too. It's nice to play bar chords and longer songs. It's nice and like Rocket Man by Elton John, but think like Starman by David Bowie more. Which one do you like more, Starman or Rocket Man?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say Starman.
Okay, yeah, Rocket Man. That's a good one. It's a little bit. Uh, it's good. Think Starman is a little bit edgier. I think Starman's edgier, and also Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. That's a good one from the 80s or that's 80s or 70s.
That's it. Led Zeppelin.
You like you like oh yeah, I love Led Zeppelin's Kashmir.
Oh man, have not learned Kashmir only because I'm not as. Kashmir is good. The Rain song, that's pretty good. Was playing.
What about Roy Orbison? Like
Yep.
Pretty Woman Walking Down the Street.
Yep. Didn't know that was Roy Orbison, but yep. Roy good.
Music is good.
What about Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You by Led Zeppelin?
I would have to hear it.
Babe, I'm gonna leave you.
Well, with the acoustical guitar,
yeah,
you could play think like Johnny Cash, Roy Orbison. You could play like popular country.
Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year. That
souls swimming in a fishbowl,
running over the same old ground. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Iron Maiden.
Yeah, all the classic rock, even classic disco or freestyle.
Iron Maiden.
New wave, yeah, Iron Maiden.
Oh yeah, cool.
You like Deep Purple?
Oh yeah, Deep Purple's good. Traffic, the band Traffic.
Yeah. Remember Motorhead?
Yep. Motorhead. Mm-hmm. And then Motorhead. Radiohead did the song "I'm a Creep." They did that. They did that song. Radio.
Remember Frank Zappa's music? That was funny.
Radiohead was intense. They're intense. Metallica.
Oh yeah.
Over at school.
What was that song?
Big guy.
Oh man, yeah, Metallica. Yeah, they're all great. And what do you call Godsmack?
They're big guys. Metallica are big guys.
Yeah, Godsmack. What's that other one? Wherever I May Roam. Metallica. Is that it?
Wherever I May Roam. Yeah, that song is. That song gets the blood flowing, doesn't it?
What about The Man in the Box? That was.
Forget, but sounds familiar.
The Man in the Box. Boom, boom, boom.
Sounds familiar, homie.
Trying to think.
John Marshall Tucker Band. What that woman been doing to me?
Let me see if I can get the band.
Can't you see by John Marshall Tucker Band?
Yeah.
Can't you see? Oh, can't you see what that woman been doing to me?
Sang Man in the Box.
Sting.
What about Blood, Sweat, and Tears? A Spinning Wheel. What goes up must come down.
Kinda.
Spinning wheel got to go around.
Kinda. How about Sting?
Alice in Chains is Man in the Box. Alice in Chains.
They're good. What about Sting?
Sting is great, sure.
Oh yeah, and then Alice in Chains. If you like Alice in Chains, you'll like Heart. Heart is good. Barracuda. What
about Steppenwolf? Magic Carpet Ride, Born to be Wild.
Girl on a magic carpet ride.
American Woman, Stay Away from Me. American Woman, stay away from me.
I'm an American woman, so just stay away from me. Given what you do in the bedroom, lady would say, no problemo. We'll go marry a Greek.
Now you see how complex the bisexual relationship will get.
Well, it's
everybody
being so pervy and entitled about everything. People.
Yeah, perversion is automatically will sabotage the normal relationship.
Well, it's only concerned about stuff like gay marriage and stuff like that. Is that you're teaching that to the people around, and these might not be people who you should be teaching it to. That's my issue with it.
Okay.
My only issue.
Well, they shouldn't be forcing perversion on children in school.
No. Why are they teaching that shit? Actually,
why are they
that is
teaching
true.
that?
That is true. Why are they teaching that shit? You know.
Hold on.
Why do schools
lyrics of American Woman?
Oh, careful.
Yeah.
Careful.
Why are they teaching? Why are they teaching alternative lifestyles that children should not be learning about?
Yeah. When they could at least know that, especially this whole thing. You don't want to ruin that issue because that actually is a good issue, and you see how that's affecting other people now. They have this very strange, just have you noticed, James? They have this very strange, faux moralistic yet unabashed vibe.
Mm-hmm.
What is that about? At least over in Germany, they still feel guilty about the past and everything. Well, what is this vibe about, James?
I don't know.
It's just
Their vibe is they don't have a normal amount of brain cells firing. That's the problem. Here you go. American woman, stay away from me. American woman, mama, let me be. Don't come and hanging around my door. I don't want to see your face no more. I got more important things to do than spend my time I'm sorry, than spend my time growing old with you. Now, woman, stay away.
American women
American woman, listen to what I say.
the white women would be like that a lot of the time, James, just because of that whole rebel thing.
Yeah, it's rebellious. Then the guitarist comes in and goes down, 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 down,
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That's a good riff, but it sounds like a concerning song. It's kind of.
American, get away from me. American, mama, let me be. Don't come and knocking around my door. I don't want to see your shadow no more. Colored lights can hypnotize, sparkle someone else's eyes. Now, woman, get away. American woman, listen to what I say.
Yeah. That sounds.
Yeah,
it's life vibes right there. Oh, but go ahead.
Magic carpet ride.
Magic carpet ride. Hey, look, the lyrics for that song. Hey,
okay, magic carpet. All right, hold on.
Why don't you come with me on a little magic carpet ride?
I like to dream, yes, right between the sound machine.
Aladdin shit.
On a cloud of sound, I drift in the night. Any place it goes is right.
About Aladdin.
Oh, here we go. I like to dream, yes, right between the sound machine. On a cloud of sound, I drift in the night. Any place it goes is right.
Music today is
flies near, 2 stars away from here. Well, you don't know what we
grounded back then.
Why don't you come to me, little girl, on a magic carpet ride?
Yeah, just this is stuff like Steppenwolf, Funkadelic, all the best ones. And and really the TV show Entourage, really shows like Entourage and Californication, really good shows.
Californication.
They catapulted a lot of this music onto I guess kind of being remembered, and Hollywood is fucked up, but at least they helped preserve the musical arsenal.
Yeah, well, they're definitely the worst perverts in the world is Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah, like Will Smith's family, that's just really sad, and then also just everything about Johnny Depp's ex-wife. That's just
Yeah,
God.
what happened? I thought Johnny Depp was happy living in Paris with his wife.
He wasn't happy in the situation where the wife was trying to act like the woman and the man at the same time. He wasn't, especially all the movies he's done and all that social capital. Why would that make sense? He was not going to put his best foot forward. Wasn't going to happen. You can't. Yeah, no, he definitely wouldn't have put his best foot forward in that case. So
Maybe he should have took on one of his characters and became Willy Wonka. Maybe she would have liked that.
yeah, but you see,
pouring chocolate syrup on her.
what is it with all these just kind of what is it with all these kind of unabashed people? It's just
unabashed.
Well, the woke thing too. It's just what's with the unabashed stuff. Kind of like the show Shameless. You know. The TV show Shameless.
Do you ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David?
Yeah. Fatwa.
It's funny.
You remember the Fatwa episode? and then after he comes back and he shouts at David and he says, "Liar."
Oh, I could play the song.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got the draw harp.
Cool. That's cool too. Nice, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm also wearing a black T-shirt right now,
Oh, yeah.
and still messed it up in the kitchen.
You ever notice how?
Even black gets messed up. Yep.
Well, if you're doing something that has flour on it,
yeah,
you'll see the flour on the black T-shirt. Oh yeah. So, but it's easy. You just get a washcloth and dampen it, and it comes right off.
Black T-shirts are cool, and Californication. You know, the guy, he wears a lot of black, and one thing is like a black shirt, so was like, oh man, black shirt, cool.
Yeah. Well,
black shirts are cool. Black clothing is cool.
You know what would look great with your
black
black
clothing
shirt if you put your charcoal gray sport jacket on.
Yeah, I do that. I also do that. Black T-shirt, black button shirt.
Yeah.
It can be charcoal. Could also be a navy. Charcoal or navy. That's it.
Or you could get a black polo shirt, short sleeve polo with the little collars.
You could. I prefer Henley. Henleys are the way to go. A Henley is a really cool shirt. Not a Henley shirt, but a Henley long sleeve. Can't stand Henley shirts.
Yeah.
So
now, what sport jacket looks good with the black T-shirt and jeans? Like
a gray sports jacket or a blue sports jacket.
Gray, like let's say you like those.
What?
You like the gray sport jackets with the suede patches on the elbows? You know what I'm talking about?
Kind of, but I kind of just use my suit jacket instead, just because it's already there. So don't really. I don't get sports jackets because you already have your suit jacket.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you got the suit, I mean,
just take the suit jacket and convert it into like a jeans kind of jacket. You don't need the sports jacket.
Now they have black leather sport jackets.
That sounds kind of weird.
Well, it's styled like a sport jacket, but it's black leather.
I would be gotta really be careful with hybrid clothing, because short, because shirt, Henley shirts piss me off. Don't know what I'm wearing. Oh man, so
I got a lot of Izods that were given to me as gifts.
Izod sounds cool.
Yeah, well, they're gifts. I didn't have to pay for them.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Well, it's nice to have it's really nice to have a capsule wardrobe, 16 items or less. Not.
I got more than that, but I never bought. I never bought them
What?
because women,
Packed rat.
girlfriends, care more about fashion than men.
Yeah.
And they will buy you things every Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And
like I don't want to be that guy who talks a lot about fashion.
Yeah, well, before you know it. Well, I'm a I'm a minimalist.
Me too.
I only have. Well, I say that I only have what I absolutely need, but I do get. I do impulse buy things that.
Maybe that's not an impulse buy. Maybe that's an investment. Sounds like you made an investment.
No, well, I buy things that I could definitely.
I think you made an investment.
I can buy things I could definitely use.
That's an investment.
But they're connected to hobbies.
No, yeah, you're talking about impulse buying. You're talking about like empty purchasing. You're talking about buyer's remorse. Doesn't sound like there's any buyer's remorse there.
Like I have a collection of cacti, succulents, and air plants because I like exotic things. So therefore,
cool.
I like exotic plants.
What do the ladies say? What do the ladies think?
Oh, they're fascinated by the
aphrodisiac.
I have an aquarium. It's not a big aquarium. It's
an aphrodisiac.
Well,
your cool zoo.
Having hobbies that are exotic makes you an interesting man, like the Dos Equis man, the most interesting man alive.
That guy seems freaking cool.
Yeah. So when you have all these exotic hobbies, and like you.
I just play guitar and row, and that's it.
You work out.
I work out and play guitar. That's it.
You got the guitar. You got the juice extractor. Don't forget that.
That's kind of a hobby. But hey, James, did you know that juicing versus just buying it at the store, you don't save any money by buying it at the store. It's the same price. Did you know that? You don't save any money.
Well, I know it took me 7 carats. Like, let's say I want to make
in your blender.
I want to make no. When I used to have a cheap ass juice extractor that I burned it out.
Carrots.
Because it was cheap. I got tired of me slowly pushing the celery stalk down like I wanted to go.
What about the plunger?
So anyway, I didn't care because it was a cheap ass juicer. So anyway, it took me
carrots.
I'd say about three large carrots and 3 stalks of celery to make 1 8-ounce cup of carrot and celery juice.
Was it green or orange?
It was a orange tinged green.
Oh no!
It was, but the taste.
That's not good.
But the flavor, and the nutritional value, because they're both great, especially if you're
parsley, cilantro on top.
If you do sports and you work out, celery is an excellent source of electrolytes.
Yeah, celery's fun to juice with. It's very juiceable. It's a high juice yield.
Yes.
And
it's crunchy. It's a solid crunchy.
But hey James, I'm doing smoothies, not juices.
Well, then you need a really strong blender.
Yeah, I'm doing smoothies because I don't want to forget the fiber.
Well, why don't you
So
do this?
it's a meal.
Juice your veggies.
Yeah,
Just take the pulp in
put it
the
back.
pulp ejector and just put a couple tablespoons of the pulp back in the juice and stir
Oh,
it.
I do the whole thing, and sometimes I fuck up the juicer a little bit. But
Yeah. Well,
are you okay, James?
yeah,
You
my
seem-
eyes were a little itchy.
I thought you seemed tired.
No, I'm always that way.
Oh.
My eyes, I have allergy problem. You know, I vacuumed the whole apartment. I have this really powerful rechargeable vacuum.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't need bags, and it's great. Has a
Love that shit.
LED light in the front. I could vacuum in the dark, and I vacuum.
Man.
But I'm sensitive to dust, I guess. So if
Yeah.
I do this, that doesn't mean I'm going to pass out. It means. So anyway, getting back to the juicing.
Well, I mean, blending is really good because then you can make a smoothie. You get the whole meal.
Yeah,
It becomes a meal.
Oh, I could do that with my Ninja. I have the Ninja.
Yeah, just do that. You have the Ninja, that'll work, and then you'll get the whole meal. The juice is not the meal without the fiber.
Yeah, well, you have to add liquid when you're doing a smoothie. Liquid's a must. You have to add.
Yeah.
You got to add water because.
Pulp.
Yeah, you don't want the pulp. You want to be able to suck this through a straw.
Yeah.
The smoothie. You gotta have. So, what I do is.
What is this shit?
I put. They get 16 ounces of organic milk, whether it be powder or not. And then I put 2 tablespoons of brewer's yeast in there. And then I put a frozen banana.
Yeah.
I always peel the bananas when they're green and a little yellow. They're healthier that way. I peel them, put them in a freezer bag, Ziploc, bloop.
Yeah.
They freeze very well. All right.
Bananas are good. What about papaya?
Papayas are actually not expensive. They actually
not really.
They freeze well. What else I do? Oh, hemp.
Hemp
very
seed.
high quality
hemp seed.
Vegetarian protein. Hemp seed protein powder.
Holy shit.
Made from
Holy crap.
Talk about boosting the nutrition.
Nice. I'm turning on my planetarium now. You know what? Trader Joe's doesn't have things like wheatgrass.
Do you have in your planetarium? Can you bring up constellations?
You can depending on because one planetarium has a couple different constellations that it can project. So turning them on now.
Like the Pleiades.
Yeah.
We're all
pretty sure all of it.
Pleiades.
I'm only using my bathroom light. Only one light is working because the other don't you hate? This is the bane of existence. Why do lights run out? Don't you hate when light bulbs run out?
Yeah, but your light bulbs will not burn out if you use LEDs.
Wait. Hold on. Sorry. I gotta disconnect. Hold on. I'll be.
The Pleiades.
Don't you hate when don't you hate when light bulbs run out?
Yes, but mine, I haven't changed mine since over 5 years I've been here.
Whoa.
Because Because I have LEDs.
Oh man. Yeah, you have LEDs. Well, what you're hearing is me spraying my. You ever do spray? You ever spray? Oh, nice.
LED, man, it never gets hot. Even in the summer, you can touch it any time of the day. It stays cool. It uses a fraction of the electricity of incandescent bulbs.
Yeah.
Bulbies.
Yeah, that's cool. Like an environmental kind of thing. And then,
Yes, it's environmental and it saves on your electric bill.
and I think LED lights look even cooler. You know, they look cooler than regular lights. So,
I use plant grow lights over my plants that are LED,
oh yeah,
and they never burn out.
yeah. Hey, why doesn't Trader Joe's have wheatgrass? Or that's cool about the LED lights. Why does
They don't have any of that. Trader Joe's they don't have any
their produce is not bad? It's just it's a little limited. So it's like no wheatgrass.
well,
What the hell?
you know what you do? You go to where they have their supplements, and they have powdered drinks. Like they might have like
Oh,
organic freeze dried phytonutrient blend with all kinds of greens in it.
huh.
You know, that has like wheatgrass, barley grass, oat grass. You know, all mixed, and you just scoop it, put it in the blender, and you're good to go.
It's weird. They sell some stuff in their products what they don't sell in the aisles sometimes. So but Trader Joe's and SpaceX and now also Amazon have ruled the National Labor Relations Board unconstitutional. Uh, because
Well, because Jeff Bezos is a greedy bastard, bald-headed, penis, dildo-headed bastard that doesn't want to pay people a living wage.
I understand, but also I really agree about that because when you work for a company, you're really not supposed to complain too much about the company. So while that was an issue, but also employees kept complaining about their employer. They kept kind of bad mouthing their employer in essence.
Well,
You can't do that.
maybe they feel they're not getting a living wage and good benefits.
It doesn't
and
matter. You can't. Especially you know what you signed up for. So why are you gonna then badmouth somebody who's basically provided you a contract, providing you something that could be of financial help to you. I don't understand. Especially you know how hard it is to earn $1,000 in a week. So
Yeah. Well, if they're getting $1,000 a week, what are they complaining about?
well, yeah, it really does not make sense to be complaining when you're getting paid. And also the whole thing about the assault migrants in New York City. Agree with Governor Kathy Hochul that, you know what, fighting when you might end up having a job that somebody who's a citizen, who's more qualified, can get that job, and you're fighting with other people, you're not even a citizen yet. No, yeah, they absolutely need to be deported. And
Oh, they're doing that already?
I think they have already been deported. Yes. Not sure anything.
Well, not only that, what about the illegal migrants that have committed crimes in New York already?
I think probably it's a good idea given what's going on. Would agree with, I'm going to cross over and agree with the Republican Party. It is a good idea to close the border. It's a good idea to close the border.
They had to.
Yeah.
They had to. I think I'm going to do what you did. I'm going to cross over and agree with the Republican Party in terms of closing the border, number one.
Good.
Number two, finish the wall.
Yes. Close the border, finish the wall.
There's way too many. There's like tens of thousands, if not more, flooding. It's overwhelming the country. What are we supposed to do with all these migrants?
Well, when you don't have any police to remind not just other people from other countries, but people in our own country how the rule of law works here, you can't have no police, but then also not have a border or a wall. It's just, it's not going to happen.
The United States is lucky. They can afford to take care of their own citizens that are poor. I mean,
yeah,
we're having difficulty taking care of our own. You know, how can we take care of our own and then take care of tens of thousands of poor immigrants?
Well, countries should mind their own business, and they should maintain their same boundaries always, so that they're not taking over other countries. But also, other countries are going to have conflict. Even Sudan still has conflict to this day. I think Ethiopia still has conflict, and all these countries in Africa and
Nigeria having any conflict?
Africa, some countries in Europe, and even some countries in Southeast Asia. It's all a mess. And China is taking control of part of its. Well, it has control of part of its part of the waters, but they're trying to create their own sea and everything. China's trying to build its own sea. Think, what is that? That's scary.
Well, I know they want to control the South China Sea,
Taiwan.
and they want to invade Taiwan and take control of Taiwan. And the people in Taiwan are the nationalist Chinese that lost the revolution against Chairman Mao, Mao Zedong, and they fled to the island of Formosa, which is Taiwan. And the General Chiang Kai-shek, who's the leader of the nationalist Chinese, formed the country of Taiwan. They don't want to be part of the mainland China's government.
They probably could not elect a president who supported China returning Taiwan, correct? That's probably not a very likely thing to happen in a Taiwanese election.
Taiwan has a lot of allies, you know, even European allies and Japan and
Joe Biden is doing a good job where he's saying he's trying to protect this democracy and also other democracies across the globe, and that's a good thing to do. But also glad that Joe Biden said that the settler violence that went too far. Glad that he said that.
Yeah, and he sides with NATO, and he says even Donald Trump hates NATO and wants NATO to dissolve, and you know he's a puppet of Vladimir Putin.
Well, you know what he said? He said, "Hey, well, if you don't pay your fair share of defense, don't come crying to me when you get attacked." He said that.
Yeah.
Well,
where did the United States get all these billions to send to Ukraine? Where did they just print money? They just keep printing more money.
The federal government kind of always owes money, but it doesn't ever really make money. Think if it even made money, maybe it wouldn't even have paper money anymore. Who knows?
It's like if you had a credit card and you charged it to the max, and you can only afford.
Don't give the government a credit card.
Well, we used to have a gold-backed currency back in the day, right?
Yeah.
We used to have a gold. I don't even know if the gold is still in Fort Knox. They might have moved it somewhere.
Well, we're not on the gold standard. Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Not anymore. Not yet.
Well, maybe we're not on the Bitcoin standard yet.
Yeah, I remember a funny advertisement.
Yeah.
Donald Trump was selling gold coins with his image on it on YouTube, and then there's Trumpy Bear. Remember Trumpy Bear?
I don't remember that, but I'm scared of the whole prospect of him ending up on one of our dollar bills.
It's a teddy bear with his hairdo. It was a teddy bear with his hair, his crazy orange hair.
Yeah.
Trumpy Bear.
That friggin' tabby cat needs to remember about his social preachings that he's not exactly making the best choices himself in his what?
You ever notice he's got little boy hands, little baby. Trump has little baby hands. They're little.
Well, maybe they do belong at that area of his body. I can't really tell, but why?
He does. Next time he's talking, focus on his hands.
Why is he always eating? Right. Why is he always eating? But yeah, why does he keep doing that flailing thing? He makes fun of people flailing, then he flails a lot himself.
Yeah, they're hypocrites. Republicans are always hypocrites, especially him.
Why are Republicans such hypocrites, James?
Because they're like
dickheads.
They're like the Wizard of Oz movie when they said, "Don't pay attention to that man behind the curtain." You know, they don't want to see. They don't want you to see them for what they really are.
Hence why they call out everybody else, even though they're at least being honest about what they're about.
Yeah, like for instance, morality, sin. You are a sinner. Morality, you are an abomination. We are Christian.
This is
people.
pornography.
And then they turn around and they do perverted things in their private life.
Well, not really private because they kind of drag somebody else into it without her consent.
Right, like the two jabronis in Florida.
the Zieglers down in Florida.
The Zieglers. I used to see Ziegler's apple cider in the supermarket. I don't think it's the
How
same
was it?
Ziegler.
How's the deal?
It's actually pretty good.
It's a good deal.
It's very pulpy.
What's the
and very.
deal?
Oh yeah, what's the dill? When I think of dill, I think of crunchy dill pickles. Nice big crunchy dill pickles.
Oh man.
Not like a good pickle.
Oh, yeah. Well, sour pickles are nice. Don't really like sweet pickles. Sweet pickles is like, man, this you agree? Sweet pickle is like, this is kind of fake.
Oh, you mean the
If you agree.
gherkins? The gherkins. I like a garlic kosher dill.
What about a spicy pickle? Love a spicy pickle.
Oh yeah, spicy pickles. Yeah. You know, one time Ronald Theriot had a bottle of pickle flavored vodka, and I says, Ron, you can make your own. All you gotta do is get a bottle of plain vodka and put the friggin' pickles in there.
There you go.
And let it sit in the closet for, I don't know, a month.
Yeah, then eat some and then pair them with a Sam Adams. We're gonna pair a pickle with some Sam Adams on, and we'll do that with we'll do that with you, and we'll do that with Ron, and you're coming. So
What about I
in a year.
just got people make a drink called a dirty martini, right?
Ugh.
And what makes it a dirty martini is they pour the pickle juice, the vinegar with the spices. They pour a little bit in the martini. So what I say is, make your own pickled vodka, and then make the martini.
Pickle
with
juice.
The pickle vodka.
Pickle juice is good, man.
Pickle juice.
Oh yeah, just any kind of
pickle juice. I could do jazz.
Any kind. What is it with fruit juice, man? Fruit and vegetable juice is really good, and the juice in the jars is always really good. What is that?
When I was in San Diego, the juices
money.
because the spices. When I was in San Diego, driving through Baja to Cabo San Lucas, the Mexican woman I was seeing had like cases of clamato, which is tomato juice with clam juice. She kept on saying, "Here, drink another one. Drink another one." I says, "What are you making me drink all these clamatos?" She says, "The clam juice is good for the male libido."
The clam juice that does sound rather enticing. So
I guess she had plans for me. She was filling me
clam
up
juice.
with clamato. Yeah, clam juice. It tasted good, actually.
That clam juice must have been pretty good. Hey, your mom sounds like a good cook.
No, it's not my mom. It was some girl from San Diego. No, not my mom. My mom would never tell me, drink this for your libido. It's terrible. So, and you know what else she had? Don't buy sports drinks. Don't buy sports drink. You know what she had?
Make it.
She had the Walmart
smoothie.
The Walmart discounted Walmart brand of Pedialyte.
Huh.
You know the electrolyte drink they give to children and sick people. They call it Pedialyte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say it has a lot of electrolytes. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was lemon lime flavored. And I says,
electrolytes.
This is fantastic. This is 1,000 times better than Gatorade. Sugar.
Kind of a fan of Gatorade, James. I don't know.
Yeah, but this
Gatorade
is better.
Gatorade's so good. Seriously, this is better than.
It's high in sugar, but this is electrolytes.
Yeah, but what's better than Gatorade? Oh, yeah.
This is an electrolyte. It's a real sports drink.
Ralph Naderade.
And you know what's better than Pedialyte?
Ralph Naderade.
Is getting some organic green juice concentrate powder and juicing some celery and putting that couple whatever put a serving of that green juice, and you got the wheatgrass and the barley grass.
Well, parsley's good. Parsley gives a lot of
Parsley is very high in nutritional density.
Really, it's not that heavy. It's a very light kind of rosemary kind of thing.
You're absolutely right about parsley. Try juicing some
cilantro.
Some Napa cabbage, the Asian cabbage.
Also cilantro.
Cilantro is also called Chinese parsley.
Chinese parsley.
Excellent. You know what cilantro is good for? Let me tell you.
What's that?
Cilantro is good for cleaning toxic heavy metals out of the bloodstream.
Yeah. And carrots. Carrots seem really juiceable too. Pretty sure carrots would yield a high juice yield.
Well, when you get carrots for the juice extract,
yield.
You get the big, fat, heavy-duty, rough-looking carrots. Not the pretty ones in the package, in the bag. You want to get those big monsters.
Yeah.
If they have them.
We'll try to get only a couple of days worth of things for each thing, like the asparagus or the broccoli. We'll only get that for the amount of days. Like really, juicing only requires a whole week. It takes like 30 minutes, and making salads only takes like an hour. And spiralizers are good for making salads. We'll spiralize a lot of zucchini. So
spiralizing, yeah. You have a spiralizer?
I spiralize zucchini.
You know what's good?
Zucchini.
For macaroni salad.
Zucchini.
The Trader Joe's is my go-to pasta. They have real organic whole wheat pasta.
Yeah.
And then they have others, but they have the real deal. I cannot find real like dark brown whole wheat pasta anywhere except at Trader Joe's, and it's cheap.
Yeah.
It's like
just Trader Joe's pasta does a good job.
Yeah, they got it, man. They got it's an organic whole wheat.
What do you think about their
brown.
pasta sauce? Their pasta sauce is enough like Rao's, right?
Not bad. I've tried just about all of them. I even tried their lemon Alfredo.
Rao's pasta sauce, lemon Alfredo.
Never tried Rao's, but I've tried many Trader Joe's.
Oh.
I tried the pesto with the olives and basil.
That one's a dope.
I tried the lemon Alfredo.
Pasta sauce is not inherently a very healthy thing to eat.
Well, Trader Joe's is.
Oh, so anything you eat at Trader Joe's is pretty much healthy. Right?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, Safeway got this vanilla strawberry shortcake ice cream bars. You know the strawberry shortcake ice cream bars? Those are.
I've seen them.
Oh yeah, almost got this Reese's ice cream bar.
Yeah. I love green tea ice cream.
Green tea ice cream sounds really good.
Yeah, I used to love pistachio and chocolate chip mint, but green tea ice cream is my new favorite ice cream.
Stop right now.
Let me leave a really quick message right now to my friend from New Jersey, has been living in San Diego for almost 10 years. Let me just tell him, hey Donald, I'm still doing my live stream show. I'll read this after the show. I mean, I'll listen to this after the show. The girl is pretty. Who is she? Anyway, if you want to come on, I'll send you the link if you're not doing anything.
Hey, James. Okay, James. I'm gonna go make my enchiladas verde.
Yeah. No, he's not. He can't. He's not coming on now.
Oh, but it's coming up on 3 hours for you. I'm gonna go make my enchiladas now.
Oh, your enchiladas are ready to come out of the.
I'm about to hop off. So
Okay.
if I can, I'll come back later. But if not later, I'll see you next weekend.
Yeah. I'll be doing my show tomorrow afternoon.
Cool.
Health, nutrition, and all that jazz. With the
Sounds good.
with the Commodore Jeff Zambello. You know what
Okay.
you might like? You might like
What's
a hot air fryer.
Hot air fryer. Right.
Ninja
Okay.
hot air fryer.
Thanks,
All right.
James.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming.
Bye, buddy.
Bye. Well, that was Western Mike from San Francisco, California. And he was a little shy tonight. But, I was on his show earlier. And he's a decent looking guy. He wasn't hiding or anything like that. Let me just see if jeez. Let me just see if he'll come. Let me see if he'll come on. Let me see if he'll come on. Donald Boost. Okay, let's see if he'll come on. Ugh. Quiet night tonight. Oh man. Ugh. Let me see if he'll come on. A friend of mine, the reinforcer Andrew Anderson, professional wrestler. He was one of the stars in the Golden Globe award-winning movie called The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke and Marissa Tomei. And let's see if he's busy or not. Otherwise, I'll just. Oh yeah, it's almost 3 hours. Really? I've been on the air live stream for almost 3 hours. Doesn't seem like it. Interesting. Let me see. Let me see what he said. Oh, wait a minute.
Previous message that I won't be able to do it tonight. But yeah, just go back and read it. Listen to the messages. You're not gonna believe it.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess that's it. Well, I might as well close the show. 3 hours is enough. What do you think? What do you think, folks? I've been streaming on YouTube and X. X marks the spot. otherwise known as the former Twitter. The show was great, very informative, and yeah, I'll close it out. But anyway, you know what? Let me give it a little more time before I close the show. See if Andrew Anderson pops on. It's insane. I'm not really there. But it looks like I am. That's my friend. Shit is wild there right now. She's on TikTok on waves crashing in her house. See, Ashley is getting around 3 about the rest. Back to come and see you. See, I'm waiting on a check. Yes, we will go have lunch and film something good. Let me tell him. As long as we don't say things that will help Republicans get elected. Let's see. California is having rough.
Look at that, man. Is that crazy or what, bro? It's definitely going to be a whopper.
I never can tell. I would think it was going to be really big.
Nah. That shit is going to come over to the fucking houses. Yo, what's wrong?
That's pretty rough surf over there in California.
Yeah, that shit loud. It's fucking cold.
Pretty rough weather. I know they've had. I know they've had flooding going on in California. Somebody just showed me the surf, the tide coming up, almost hitting the homes. Wow. Hey, climate change. They keep on doing the wrong thing to the environment for the sake of profit, for greed. They're killing the planet Earth, endangering life on this planet. They keep on gradually killing this planet for the sake of greed. That's why all these things are going on with the planet. Big oil, plus the destruction of the rainforest. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to bang up the show. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for Progressive Discussions. And until next time, have a good weekend and upcoming new week. Tomorrow I will go live with the Commodore Jeff Zambello for Sunday Fun Day, Red Pill Man Cave, which involves sports talk, holistic health, nutrition, exercise, and dating, relationship advice, if it comes up. So maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye-bye.